Hi everybody, welcome to Polymer Clay TV. I'm Elisa, and today I'm going to show you a fun project, which I'm going to just show you different parts of it. I'm not going to show you the whole thing. It's going to take way too long, but I'll explain how I did things so that if you want to make this, you can duplicate it or change it up. There's so many different things you can do with this. And as I started to play with it, I'm like, oh, I could do it that way, or I could do it that way. And so once you start, you're going to be really inspired, and you're going to want to play with it in so many different ways. So basically what we're making today, or what we're going to put together, or I'm going to show you how I put it together rather, is this little snowflake shrine. And it stands up, and it's super cute, and would make a great little gift or a centerpiece or something that you can put together and have a really nice handmade thing for the holidays. So I thought when I initially saw this, after I put it together, I was like, okay, that would be really cute, doing something like, hanging the stockings from, from a fireplace. But then I was like, I don't really want to go the traditional fireplace and put wood in there. It wasn't that exciting to me at the moment because I had all these things to play with. So I went a different direction, and I'll show you, I'm not finished with it, but I'll show you where I'm going with it. So that's that, and let me show you how that comes. It comes in a flat sheet like this, and you punch out all the pieces. Here you can see I've punched out the snowflake part. And it all snaps together real easy. You just need a little bit of glue. And the glue I used is Sobo glue. And I really like that glue because, number one, you can use it to bake with polymer clay. So it's good to have in your toolbox. But it works really well with putting these together. And let me say, I'm a super duper klutz. And this took me like no time to put it together. Just use a little bit of glue. But, well, let me tell you one little tip that I had along the way, because I ended up painting my piece first before putting it together, and which is great. You can totally do that, but do yourself a favor and don't paint in the joints and where things put together, because the paint makes it too thick to then put it together, because these are pretty much made to the exact size to just add a little bit of glue. So just remember that when you're painting it, don't paint any of these little sides or connector items. Okay? And there's complete instructions here on how to put it together. So, super easy to do, like I said. So I used this glue. This is the Liquitex, not glue, excuse me. This acrylic paint. This is the Liquitex. I used the silver to actually make these little snowflakey kind of background pieces. And I'll show you that. And obviously I used the green color to paint the whole piece. And then I added some white in there to kind of give it a whitewash. Because I wanted it to have like a snow effect. So those are the paints I used, acrylic paint. I fell in love with this clay. This is the opalescent clay, the opal clay. And if you see on the back, it has a lot of shimmery pieces to it. And because of that, I thought, well, it would be perfect for snow. And so that's where I went with it. I went for that whole kind of snow look with it. And I don't know if you can see this on camera right now until I highlight things, but I used these Mandela stamps, and they come in a set of 4. And I didn't use the whole stamp on this. I stamped them, and then I cut out the middle section, and that became these little middle pieces here. And so after I stamped them, then I added some platinum color ink, which is right here. So let me move this out of the way. So I stamped them. These are pre-stamped, and I wanted to get them ready so that I can just cut them out. And I just used a little round cookie cutter and cut out the middle sections of these Mandela stamps. And so you could use them in so many ways, obviously, but this is the way I went with it because I thought they looked just like snowflakes. And so then I just dabbed them a little with this platinum ink just to highlight it, and they look so pretty. And it gives it a shimmery iridescence, and I just love the way it looked. So that's how I did that. Now, this snowflake here, the silver one, was done differently. Let me move this. with that, I used liquid clay. And so here's some that I just made. And actually this one here, I just put a dot of the black liquid clay. I was just experimenting. And then the rest is silver. So you can do it that way too. Now, when you pour these, it's kind of hard to always get it where it's exact. And you might have little extra bits. Well, you can trim those little extra bits either with an X-Acto knife or literally with a scissor. So if you have a little extra bits, just trim them off, like so. And discard. So that's how I made those. And on here, I wanted just to do the centers because I wanted smaller snowflakes. And so that's what these are. I went back and did the centers so that I could play with those in like the backgrounds. Look at how cute. And so I baked it right into the mold, the liquid clay. I baked right into the silicone mold that I had, which is the snowflakes. And by the way, this snowflakes kit, this Winter Wonderland kit, comes with obviously the base, which is right here. It comes with that. It comes with the snowflake mold. It comes with the snowman mold. It comes with the multi different things mold. Comes with the bows. And I believe that's it. I think that's what's in the kit. Yeah, there's 5 pieces in the kit. But if you buy this in the next 3 days, I'll actually throw in a piece of punchinella for you as a little extra. But this is a punchinella, which is punchinella, P-U-N-C-H-I-N-E-L-L-A, punchinella. And it's actually sequin waste. You know, when they make sequins, they pop them out, and this is what's left. But this is from the number 4 set that we have in our shop at polymerclaytv.com. But they come either 4 or 5 different designs to a set. And this is just one of them. And I use this to make the backgrounds look like snow or wintry, and literally just placed it on the piece. So let me just kind of give you an example here. Move these out of the way. I'll do it right on here so you can see. You just if you have to tape it down, you can tape it down, which is what I actually ended up doing when I did it on the shrine. But I just used my brush, believe it or not, and kind of just oop, this has red on it. Well, you'll be able to see it better then. But I kind of just dotted it along here, you know, just random. And I was sloppy about it because I wanted some areas raised and some not. And so that's how you would achieve that, you know, by using the punchinella. And that's the background. It's a little messy. And then you wash the punchinella off, and you can use it multiple times. So it's not like it's a one-shot deal, and, you know, which is nice. Just wash it off with soap and water, whatever works to get it off. Okay, so that's that. Let's look at this again. So then I made my snowman, which is the mold, the little mold. And I made him completely out of the opal clay. Out of this opal clay. And then I painted his hat with pan pastels. And I painted him down here with pan pastels. And then I used a little bit of a metallic paint. But I wanted to make the eyes made out of coal. And so I put black marker, actually just a Sharpie marker, to kind of highlight the eyes, and added a little metallic paint. And that's all I did for him. And so then I have on the sides here, I have some candy canes, a little bow, and those came from the molds as well, these 2 molds. And I just molded the pieces like you do. Now, to glue these on, I glued this one on the back, and this is also one of the Mandelas, but except I cut it out bigger, obviously. It's a bigger one. And the coloration is just some pan pastels that I painted on there. And this is actually washi tape that's on the back, and I'm not happy with it. I probably will change it, but it is washi tape. Washi tape is like a paper tape, and it removes very easily. So if I change my mind, I can easily get rid of it, which I think I am changing my mind. So on the trees that are going to go inside, I wanted to create some kind of depth. So what I did was I put a row on the front, and then I put a row a little higher on the back, so that it created this depth of, different levels of trees. And to do that, I just rolled a snake. And so then I placed the already baked trees into my snake of the opal clay. And then on the back row, I went higher so that I could create the depth. So I had some that were taller than others that way. So that's how I created that, and you can kind of see that here on the back. You can see these are low, these ones in the front are where I added lower, and then on the back I put them a little higher and in between the other trees, and then added another layer to hold them all together and baked it. So that was super simple to make. I have the letters I made by rolling two pieces of clay, the opal and the magenta together, and basically just twisted them. That's all I did. And so once you twist the clay, I keep breaking it, you can just use it to spell out the letters and just cut your letters out. And that's all I did was shape them. And here you can see ones I just did, J, O, and Y. And you just piece them together until you spell out whatever you want to make. Really, really simple to do and really cute. And you can totally get a candy cane look this way. And it's really easy to do, just two simple, two colors of clay swirled together. And I think that's about it. I mean, for the most part, it's just use your imagination and play around with it. And you never know what you're going to come up with. I'm going to actually end up gluing this joy right over here. That's where I made it to go, right here. It'll go, I'll glue it and put a picture here at the end so you can see. One of the things I did need to do is use a prop on, like, I think one of these boots were not staying. They wanted to tip over, so I kind of propped them up with the small mold I had. So if you have to prop anything up so that when it's gluing it doesn't want to like cave over, either use a little mold you have or some aluminum foil and construct something to like prop it up, and that'll help you when it's gluing. That's pretty much it. I did use some pan pastels in the green. I highlighted the different trees with that, and the pan pastels are what I used on the snowman. I mixed it up between the pan pastels and this ink, the Dewdrops ink. Like I said, I probably will change up the back. I wasn't thrilled, although the back doesn't matter all that much in the scheme of things for where I'm probably going to put it, because you won't see it, but it's always nice to finish off the back nicely as well. So I think that was it. Once again, I used these Mandela stamps to create these pieces here. I used this mold, the Snowflakes mold, with the silver liquid clay to create the little snowflakes, and you can make smaller ones just by doing the center of them, which is what I did here. So if you need big ones, use the whole mold. If you need small ones, just use the center or pieces of it. That's really cool. This was the snowman mold here, and then the boots are all, and the little bells in this mold here, and there's even some holly, which let me show you that because I did do some holly. Here's a couple of the holly pieces, which I didn't end up using yet, and I don't know that I will, although I kind of like the idea of putting one in the middle of the O in joy, or somewhere. We'll see how it works out. And then this is the other little snowman that comes in there as well, which is right here. So you could totally mix it up and totally go crazy with this and do really fun stuff. I'd love to see what you make, and you could send us pictures at thingscrafty@gmail.com. And right now they're in the shop. The whole kit comes with 5 pieces, like I said, and if you purchase it within the next few days, 3 days or so, I think by the 20th, I will give you an extra piece of the Punchinella too, so you don't have to go out and buy the whole set of Punchinella. I'll throw that in for you as a little extra bonus. So today is the 18th. So 18th, 19th, and 20th. By the 20th, if you order by the 20th, I'll go ahead and the 20th of November 2015, I will throw in some extra Punchinella for you to play with as well. So I think that's it. We have some things going on. We still have the 2015 Polymer Clay Adventure Retreat going on. And you have until December 31st of 2015 to purchase a spot in the 2015 Polymer Clay Adventure. After December 31st, we're no longer selling it as a whole shebang of 24 plus classes. And so really you will never ever be able to find this deal again. Once the retreat is over, you won't be able to buy the classes as a whole event anymore. Some of the teachers may sell them one-off, but I guarantee you it's going to be a lot more expensive to buy them individually than the $99 for the whole retreat. So just keep that in mind. If you do want the classes, they are still available to the end of the year. And starting January 1st, 2016, we have the Polymer Clay Adventure 2016 event, which is 24 more classes, all different, and some different teachers. So you can check that out at onlineartretreats.com. And we also have two more events we're launching in 2016. One's the Art Jewelry Adventure, and that's all if you want to learn art jewelry. And there's a little bit of polymer clay in there, but it's focused more on the creating art jewelry rather than the polymer clay. And then there's a quilted adventure retreat, which is obviously focused on quilting. And that's hosted by Vanessa Vargas Wilson of Crafty Gemini. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So definitely check those out. You can see them all on onlineartretreats.com. And we'd love for you to join us. And don't forget, if you're in the Polymer Clay Adventure 2016 retreat, we have created a box of goodies, and I mean goodies. There's a lot of really cool stuff in there. And the box is in the shop as well at polymerclaytv.com, and it's going to have lots of the items you'll need to do the classes in the retreat. So that's really cool. So some of the harder things to find are things that we thought would be really nice to put together, and then also there's extra goodies in there. So think about that. It's called the Supplies Me box for the Polymer Clay Adventure 2016. So I think that's it for today. I hope you enjoy making your snowflake shine, and we'll see you next time. Thanks again.